What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 24 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we got some nice battles out of both Rudy and Bathilda, as Rudy had attacked the forces of Aranessa Saltspite, who for some reason decided to advance towards us without the benefit of having her second little army here in Tiny Tim Amstrel. I don't know why, but it obviously led to her forces' destruction, and now Rudy is ready to continue his thing. Of course, Bathilda rather, has been destroying the forces of the Skaven that dared to try to move towards Mount Gunbad in the same way that she has been destroying the orcs. I'm pretty happy with the way that we've had our units set up so far, as in, I like the fact that our von Carstein Lord is currently fighting in the Empire, which is as appropriate, and also Averland did declare war on us, so that works out for us as well. I like the fact that Bathilda, being a Lamian, is fighting around the Silver Pinnacle and increasing the influence of the Lamians there. Vlad is towards the north, facing off against Chaos and acting as a shield of civilization, which is appropriate for him as well. And then the Necrarch is sort of south towards the Pirates of Sartosa, which may be a good thing, in the sense that I can see the justification there. There's a lot of vampiric corruption there and a lot of power to be had, which I can see the Necrarch going after. And then finally, I suppose when we get our Ghoul King up and running properly, we will be sending him southward towards the Land of the Dead, or at least closer to there. I think that would make sense. Definitely want to retake the floating village in the Marshes of Madness and send them down there. But anyway, we'll deal with that when we get to it. Let's get to what we can do right now. Bathilda, you can't move. Rudy, however, you can. And there is potential here. Now, I was thinking maybe we attack Black Buckthorn, and I know that this is completely unnecessary and will probably be a difficult battle just by virtue of the type of units that are in here, but necessary or not, we play this for fun, and I feel like it'll be a fun battle, you know what I mean? So let's get Evil Souls upgraded to max out our Cairn Wraiths, though the spell resistance isn't going to be too useful here. You have your second level of Master of the Dead. Let's get you a second level of Invocation of Nehek as well. Now, the Van Hel's Dance Macabre would be nice. You are unable to get it because you have Spirit Leech and Impenetrable Peltum replacing it, which does make sense for us to keep a regular Necromancer Lord around. And in terms of items, I think we're good for now. You have the Staff of Damnation, and I guess we'll keep it. Let's hit Black Buckthorn, just because we can. And it's a rogue army, so it doesn't really matter, though I believe it'll come back eventually, and we'll start off in war with us. But you know, I never trust these armies anyway. I really don't like when they're nearby, because they can attack you at any point. Close to Fide, we'll see about that. Let's get to it.
Soon, my liege, soon!
Alrighty, here we go. I'm excited for this battle. Their army is pretty damn decent. They've got more elite units than we do in general, I think, especially as the Cairn Wraiths are tier 2 units. And, well, they got decent veterancy, they got high armor, though the high armor is not very useful against Cairn Wraiths, mind you, with their 100% armor piercing. But, yeah, it should take a while to bring the enemy units down. I do think that the Ironbreakers are threatening, but actually I think that the Slayers, both Giant and Regular, are probably the more threatening units. The Ironbreakers will take a while to bring us down. They're more of a defensive type unit, and thus we can tie them up and slowly kill them with the Cairn Wraiths piercing all their armor. Whereas the Slayers are just going to be able to dish out tons and tons of damage. Oh, look at those Thunderers, thunder. And there we go, got our first unit of zombies summoned for the purpose of distracting the enemy Ironbreakers and having them waste their charges, their satchels, throwing the mad zombies, which is pretty useful. On top of that, we're gonna get a zombie dragon breath rather, down onto the enemy shortly, and I just want to see, it looks like the giant slayers rather, took a little bit of damage from those satchel charges. It works for me. Looks like Rudy is taking a little bit of hurt from the enemy units, and oh, looks like he already did the breath on the Ironbreakers. Whoops, my bad. He'll get another one going. Rudy's taking a little bit of damage from those Thunderers and from their 2 units of Organ Guns, but he should be able to heal himself just fine. Ooh, and the Iron Drakes are also breathing fire on them, but soon they will all be tied up because our Mourngulls, which were once again Vanguard deployed directly behind the enemy army, are nearly here, and they're both going directly for the Organ Guns and then all these Thunderers swiftly thereafter. Also, I like these guys moving through these like desert areas. There we go. Suddenly there's a freaking ton of Mourngulls in the center of your army. I love it. And of course the enemy is going to react to that by sending some units back to deal with it, but the Mourngulls should be able to take care of the Organ Guns long before the enemy can do anything with their reactions. No crew left for the Organ Guns, and no way to fire them. Well done to the Mourngulls, and now let's check out the rest of the battle. Our main army is getting nearer and nearer to the enemy, getting ready to tie them up. Our Hexwraith have also hit those enemy Iron Drakes. Mostly I just wanted to distract the Flamethrowers to prevent them from hitting our Cairn Wraiths and our other units. I would imagine that the Flamethrowers would be pretty damn decent against Cairn Wraiths now, especially with their physical reduction not nearly as high anymore. And it looks like the Satchel Charges do fairly decently as well, though a single volley only does about, what, maybe 15% HP damage to them? Still should be pretty damn decent. Otherwise, we got another Hexwraith unit moving in, and it's just all about tying up their range before we start working on their melee. There we go, Rudy's dropping down into the melee after summoning some zombies on top of the enemy army as well. Well done. He does have to be careful with Slayers knocking him down, though he may be a strong Necroarch. It's still quite dangerous. You just gotta keep getting more and more zombies rising from the sand. 'Tis not Nehekara that rises from the sands this time. Alrighty, well done, Rudy. Just gonna escape those Slayers and leave them to the zombies, since they have no armor and relatively weak melee defense. The zombies can actually dish out some okay damage to them. And we gotta be careful with Rudy, mostly because he doesn't have a heightened healing cap as yet, and he's already reached his. Otherwise, the battle is starting to go in our favor. The enemy have lost 300 troops so far, and our elites, most importantly, are still on the field. One of our Cairn Wraiths has taken some damage to the enemy Giant Slayers, unsurprisingly, and said Giant Slayers are also dishing it out to the Skeleton Spears, but a few invocations of Nehek should fix those right up. We will also soon be able to go for the tech, I forget the name of the tech, the one that adds healing cap, additional healing cap, to Cairn Wraiths and Hex Wraiths, and I think Mourngulls, but at the very least Cairn Wraiths and Hex Wraiths, so that they will get additional benefit from the, from Invocation of Nehek, or at least we'll be able to heal up from their damage. Otherwise, it looks like all of the enemy units are tied up, their Organ Guns are done, their Thunderers are done, and due to the work of the Mourngulls. And now the Mourngulls have switched to surrounding enemy Slayers and Giant Slayers here with the help of those Cairn Wraiths. The Cairn Wraiths alone would not be enough to kill them after all. But between the zombies shielding our units and all that physical resistance should be pretty okay. Also, the Mourngulls are just so fun to watch do their thing. Man, imagine if we could get Mourngull Haunters here. It would work so well with the Ghost Army as well. Oh well, not a big deal. And some more Iron Breakers trying to hold the line here as we charge into their backs with those Cairn Wraiths, applying that armor piercing and a little bit of splash damage coming in from the additional Mourngulls as well. The Mortis Engine still hovers in the center of the fight where the largest concentration of enemy units are, though that concentration is dropping swiftly with the judicious application of Dragon Breaths and charges to their back. Now, let's see what they got left. 500 troops, not all that much. There's still a couple of little cohorts here, Slayers and Longbeards, that are still okay in terms of HP, and these Iron Breakers are holding, but they're not doing as much damage to those Skeleton Spears as the Giant Slayers were. In fact, our Skeleton Spear unit is now crumbling with only 12 units remaining, and though we could, in theory, just apply an Invocation of Nehek either from Rudy or from our Necro. Otherwise, Rudy's now helping out with attacking the Iron Breakers here to help out the Cairn Wraiths a bit. Yeah, the nerf to the Karen Wraiths had certainly made them a little bit less effective at directly fighting things like Ironbreakers. Before, with their previous physical resistance, they would have just been able to be very, very high value against them in a one-on-one, against elite units like that. Now, a little bit less so. Did you just send like half your Karen Wraiths flying? Just dropping Karen Wraiths out of the sky, actually pushing them forward, and that might help them attack those units a little bit better. Wait, are they dead? Huh. I see them dropping their sights. Did they pick those up, or are they actually dying? No, they can't be dead, right? No, they're getting back up. Huh, actually these two dissipated. Weird, maybe something actually exploded and hurt them, and it wasn't just Rudy. But either way, the battle just like that suddenly ends. We did certainly take a little bit of damage here, but at the end of the day, as long as we haven't lost any units, and I think an Invocation of the Hag did manage to keep that unit of skeleton spears alive, we're looking pretty good. The Mournguls were really pretty effective here. Just hitting that enemy army in the back with that stalk ability is just so damn useful. They may not be very swift, but because they are difficult to spot, they can still dish it out. And now they can just keep working on killing the enemy units, so they do block each other quite a bit, just like ogres do. Problem with large models, I guess. But anyway, now it's just a matter of killing the last remaining units of Slayers on the field. I believe the last one died here, and there are 23 regular Slayers here as well. I'll let them die. The Mortis Engine will bring them down with its aura eventually, even if the zombies or the Mortis Engine itself don't. And I do feel like other than getting a couple Banshees in here, we may want to get another Mortis Engine, mostly just for theme purposes, as it does look so nice with the Hex Wraiths and the Cairn Wraiths. Hi there, Mourngul. Please don't jump directly into the camera and freak me out. No, okay, you're good. Hey, I like how he turned his head like a doggo when talking. Anyway, I do believe that was the last of the Slayers, and the battle ends just like that. We did try to chase down as many as possible, but there was something wrong with the Necro's healing, so I had to end it lest he crumble apart. Though Necromancers are alive, they shouldn't wait. Why do Necromancers even crumble? They should run away. What are you talking about, game? Alrighty, there we go. That was an actual battle, and it was pretty fun at that. I did have to curtail it at the end with regards to chasing the enemy, because for whatever reason, something went wrong with the Necromancer's healing ability. And not only did he start crumbling, but his healing cap decided to go with his HP as it lowered, so it made him completely impossible to heal, on top of him not stopping crumbling at the end of the battle, though. Once again, the game doesn't stop that, which I am against, but yeah, interesting. Either way, we could heal him up just in case, because he has like 100 HP left or something like that, even though I'd prefer the money. Let's do that, and then hopefully we can auto-resolve the rest of this army to death, otherwise we'll have to move in and physically attack them. Relic Sword, Corpse Cart for you, though it's not yet the cart that we want. Let's have you guys see if you can auto-resolve this. And no, he'll die. Okay, fine. Let's just manually fight this really, really quickly. It was a pretty darn fun battle, though. They actually gave us a fight of it, a proper fight, unlike Aranessa's little force, and they did have some very decent troops there. The Cairn Wraiths did quite well at ripping those Ironbreakers and Longbeards apart, and comparatively we took fairly little damage to our infantry, so I'm pretty happy with that. Otherwise, what we're going to do is put you and you here. You're just going to get healed up real quick, and then we'll charge everybody in to attack the enemy. Start deployment here. Probably want to overwhelm the Ironbreakers with zombies so that they don't, well, use their ability. So you guys are going to do it. You guys are going to help. And let's send, let's say, the 2 less hurt units of Cairn Wraiths afterwards. And we'll summon some zombies on top of it. Alrighty, you. Oh damn, I should have given him the healing potion for this, but it's okay. Well, let's get 1 heal on you then. And then he'll heal himself afterwards, and you guys just stay as a group together, let's say group 3, and then move out here, speed it up to max. Like so. Everybody get into position, please. You guys are in stalking as well. Let's put you to the side there. You can wait on your healing potion. You ready to heal yourself, buddy? Let's see. Invocation of Heck, good. And then heal yourself. Good, there we go. At least there's benefit to doing this like that. And Longbeards and co. Let us breathe on the Iron Breakers. There we go. Okay, that unit is pretty much done, though actually they're not completely done. And then let's summon zombies and let's go. You guys in? In, the zombies are summoned. Karen Wraith, Hex Wraiths, go, go, go. And how's that healing? Nearly there. As soon as it's done, these guys can charge in. In fact, you can be group 4. Group on group, you two can charge in together. Oh, wait, no, you're on your corpse cart now. Damn. So you are indeed actually quite slow. Do you need to heal? Oh, just hover overhead, we'll see. I guess the Lord is probably going to be the biggest problem. You know what, Rudy, jump down on the Lord then. Wink. Alright, Hex Wraiths, Karen Wraiths, attack. There we are. And you know what, let's just get some Spirit Leeches in. Might speed this up a little bit. And you guys just ungroup yourselves and everybody attack and move in. The Necro is fully healed. You can healing potion yourself and speed it up to max. Battle should be over shortly. There we go. Rudy's at full HP. And the battle is done. Beautiful. Nobody else needs a heal, so we're good. Should have been auto-resolvable, but hey, just because it isn't a bad thing, because now our Necro is good. You know, I probably could have thought of this instead of healing and just done this anyway, manually, so that we could have taken the money at the end of last battle, but it's okay. Not a big deal at the end of the day. Alright, come on now. I do wonder if Tiny Tim is going to attack us after this. I mean, our army is hurt, but will he be brave enough after watching us destroy Aranessa's army and then this army right after? I don't know about that. Murder captives. A little bit of extra XP. If we were to war with these guys, we could also destroy them, but and you got your XP and... oh, damn. Just close, but unable to reach Tiny Tim. Would have been nice if we could do both, but oh well. Now, you have Children of the Night maxed out. I did want to get Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, so that's what we're gonna do. And I want 2 points in it right now, because it's got decent synergy with this type of army, because these guys have no armor whatsoever, and increasing their physical resistance further would help. Or not armor, physical resistance, yeah. Now that I think about it, if only we had a Lure of Metal available to us, Glittering Robe. Man, you know what should be done? Nah, that wouldn't work, would it? I was just thinking, if you claim Altdorf, you should be able to claim the Colleges of Magic and then suddenly open up all the other lures to the vampires. Although, would they lower themselves to using the other lures? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's have you, if you can't reach here, I mean, you can't go back to Matorka either, so you're probably just going to have to move. Alternatively, wait, do we heal in this water? No, because it's contested, I guess. And it's sufficiently contested to make us not heal, so also let's get that salt. Alright, you know what? Close the distance a little bit with Tiny Tim. He can't take Matorka with his army anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. And we'll see. Either he goes for us or he runs away, most likely, but either way, we'll just move back to Matorka afterwards. Okay, so that's you. What else do we have for this turn? And now, Roderick, you're currently under siege. Either Throt runs or he attacks you. If he attacks you, you'll have a fight. If you have a fight, I feel like you should give him a proper fight because I'm kind of attached to you now. So, in that light, we should give you some stuff. Let's get you a Staff of Damnation. Let's get you Sword of Strife because I don't want you to die anymore. And thus, I'm willing to use items. Then you have the Dawnstone, which I guess you can keep, especially against the Skaven, not nearly as much magic damage as those forces of chaos. And I'm just looking if there's anything else we can delete here for better items, but it doesn't look like it has yet, unfortunately. Okay, you can have the Armor of Silvered Steel, I guess, because you definitely need armor as a Strigoi. Terrorgeist mount will put you up to significant armor, though, so that'll fix itself. Okie dokie. Well, you're good now. Well, insofar as you can be in this situation. Now, let's see. We moved our heroes, so I guess it's time to spend a little bit of cash on any more gibbets that we can build. Ah, Silver Pinnacle. Now, first of all, you're obviously getting the Haunted Gem Mine, and damn, I did want the skeletal walls, but I guess we can't afford them right now. The question for this place is, do we get more money, or do we go for the growth? Without having Howling Rock and Desolation of Drakenmore, the growth here is extremely slow. But the gibbet is a gibbet. And 500 gold per turn, or dark income, or dark magic per turn. Dark favor, dark income, dark magic. You know what, let's go for the charnel pit first. It's a decent amount of cash, but at the end of the day, we'll get more mileage out of having more growth, and it's not like we'll be taking the Orky territories now, until Grimgor declares war on us. And I do imagine that he's a little bit busy right now, because last episode we saw his armies are dead right now, so he must have died fighting something, maybe Imric. Just briefly checking for more gibbets, like here. And there we go. Needling, you are at level 3, and you got walls. Good, good, good. Karak you'll have time to come up. Ostermark, you are semi-good. Mordheim, we should have been able to upgrade you, but we can't afford it right now. Damn. You know, we can skip this for a turn and upgrade either Vitevo or Ostermark or Mordheim. Vitevo's in more danger than Mordheim is from getting invaded, so let's go with Vitevo then. Zavastro's also currently being upgraded, but obviously is under siege. Alrighty, that's the rest of our cash. We do have the ability to awaken a bloodline as well, so let's go for our second blood dragon. And I guess when we get the blood dragon, we'll be sending him this way, towards Bretonnia. We'll see. I do imagine that we will eventually be fighting Reichland at least. Kurun actually kind of likes us right now, weirdly enough. Maybe not quite, but enough. They are, however, fighting the Red Duke, which I do want to confederate on them as a matter of principle. Plus, I love the Red Duke, so yeah. I'm also kind of tempted to get one of our necromancers and send them towards the elves. Granted, they don't like us, but if we are able to pay them, maybe we can get a trade agreement or two going. Granted, we're not making a ton of cash from trade, but we can increase that considerably by trading with the elves specifically. Building upgrades available, we have no money for them, so it's on the turn. Let's see if Throt attacks, or whether he stays and dies to Vlad, or whether he runs away. I probably could have just put Vlad in ambush to guarantee it, but whatever. He is indeed going to attack, but foolishly, he is not going to move in more armies, just the one. He had another one nearby that had a couple more units. I would imagine lots of Skaven slaves, but still. Do we need to fight this cinematically? I mean, there might be some fun shots of the Strigoi fight, and I did enjoy watching him fight last. Yeah, fine, why not? Why not? Alrighty, here we go. This should be pretty interesting, and you know what, honestly, if Rod survives this one, we gotta keep him around. I mean, after all these attacks with his basic units, he really needs to be kept if he manages to survive this one, but we'll see if he does. It is Throt here, after all, plus a fairly decent amount of enemy rat units. Should be pretty neat, and Mutant Rat Ogre. Also a lovely model, isn't it? I love these frickin' things. But generally, Skaven have a lot of really nice models. Anyway, let's check out what we're dealing with here. The enemy has separated its forces into 3 and are actually getting more on the field, which will probably enter the city at a 4th direction. We are going to try to distract Throt primarily as much as possible, but in the meantime, we're going to be using our fast units to immediately destroy those Warp Lightning cannons, as well as to try to tie up and kill those enemy Skaven slave slingers, which is why we're heading our zombies out towards them. Throt is also running around. He's got a things catcher here and a whip, I believe. There's probably some kind of Skaven name for that. Actually, maybe it's not a whip. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I want to see him attack with it. Alright, let's just allow him to move forward a second. I want to see what that looks like. I haven't actually played Throt before. Yeah, it is a whip. Okay. I haven't actually played Throt before. Kind of missed out on Molder when it came out because I was playing something else and I don't remember what at this point. But anyway, that'll be an eventuality. And it does actually look like he'll have a pretty fun campaign now, considering all the new stuff that's been added around him. Anyway, he is going to summon rat ogres on the field as his bound ability and or his spell ability, whatever. I don't remember if it's bound or not. Beast Pack, active ability 0, uses 1. Okay, so it is a bound ability, it doesn't cost Winds of Magic, but it is a summoned unit, so as long as we get the heck away from them, they will eventually just disappear. Might as well just run out the clock there. Otherwise, our zombies have overrun the enemy Skaven slaves and are just going to continue tying them up, while our skeletons are just going to go ahead and destroy them. Let's also check back on what's going on the other parts of the map. So over here, we're defending with our 2 units of skeleton spears and 2 units of zombies. The zombies here primarily to just distract enemies, and the spears here to work on that mutant rat ogre as well as the chieftain. I've deployed our Lord, the Strigoi vampire rod, to personally kill that mutant rat ogre and that chieftain. And we're also going to summon a unit of crypt ghouls to run directly at those Skaven slaves. Otherwise, on this side, we are going to essentially block the choke points and hold them as long as possible while we build up the most expensive tower we can here to keep those choke points held. There's a decent number of enemy units coming in, and there are 2 storm vermin here on this side, led by the chieftain. So this is where we really need the tower to do its work, as otherwise it would take us quite a while to kill those storm vermin. Anyway, let's check back on what's going on over here. It looks like we're gonna charge that mutant rat ogre. There we go. Now, the Strigoi in the previous battle had been doing a pretty damn good job at, taking on those Chaos Spawn. And I don't know what's... Oh, damn. The lag did happen here. Okay, I was wondering about this. So, yeah, there's something wrong with this particular battle. I don't know what it is, but it kept doing this for a while, which makes it kind of impossible to see. And this also made it basically impossible to control for as long as it happened. And yeah, while quite irritating, couldn't do much about it. And I guess that's actually interesting that it's actually part of the replay as well, because the replays in Total War don't actually save the what actually happened. They just save the orders given to those units, and it essentially replays it. It's not it's not a recording, it's just the orders in the battle saved, and it's kind of interesting that this battle repeats this. Maybe this particular location is bugged, but we didn't see that happen last time. Maybe it's something to do with one of these Skaven units? We haven't encountered several of these before, but anyway, I'm just gonna speed up through this if the game allows me to. And we're back, it's back to normal now. Didn't miss too much, although it does seem that Roderick without control was still able to defeat the Mutant Rat Ogre pretty okay. He hasn't gotten the kill yet, but the Mutant Rat Ogre is routing. In the meantime, our Crypt Ghouls have almost finished their time on the field as they are getting ready to be unsummoned, but they have nearly taken out one of those unit of Skaven Slave Slingers, so that's pretty fine. Otherwise, let's just watch the death animation of this Mutant Rat Ogre, and come on, you got it, Roderick, there we go. And now we will advance towards both the enemy slingers as well as this chieftain that is over here. Over on this side, our tower has begun construction, and our units are continuing to hold the line against those storm vermin. Hopefully the zombies can delay them sufficiently for the tower to come up before they actually attack the key building here. We've also got the enemy reinforcements coming onto the field, a Master Assassin and some wolf rats, which will be able to join the combat fairly quickly, and Throt continues to be distracted out here with just piles of zombies. In fact, we're only leaving the piles of zombies for him while we're gonna get the rest of our units out to fight elsewhere. Anyway, I guess we don't really need to see Rod fight the chief. There may be a few swings in there just for fun. And leaping again away from each other. There we go. Man, the chieftain looks tiny compared to a Strigoi, but I suppose the Strigoi looked fairly tiny compared to the mutant rat ogre. So Alrighty, well, unlike the mutant rat ogre, the chieftain doesn't really stand much of a chance fighting the Strigoi one-on-one. Not only poison, but 82 melee attack is quite high here. And now we're going to take a look at these two locations where the storm vermin with sword and shield and with halberds are fighting. I'm glad that the halberds are actually here rather than the swords against the zombies, as they're going to take a little bit longer to break through. And especially since they have the help of the chieftain here. But fortunately, the tower will be up very, very shortly in 25 seconds. And it does look like we have sufficient numbers to be able to hold those storm vermin off. Alrighty, well, you guys keep working on it. We do manage to rout the Strigoi there, and it looks like the Skaven slaves are running away as well, so no real need to chase these guys down. While Throt remains distracted by those piles of zombies. He does take quite a long time to kill them, doesn't he? And it does make it useful to just keep him off the field while the rest of our units move to the center to protect the key building there. I think that's probably the best use of our units. Otherwise, we're going to get a Rod of Flaming Death attack on the chieftain, but then we're just going to start moving our Strigoi back to join in and help out against all those storm vermin. Finally, the tower is available and is going to start applying its splash damage to the enemy here. We'll see about that accuracy, though. Alright, that looks like it exploded some storm vermin. Works for me. Just trying to get a good angle where we can see both the fighting and the hits from the tower. There we go, that looks decent enough. And yes, move away from the cliff a little bit, draw them a little bit further, partly to get away from the cliff and partly to allow the tower to get better shots in. And there you go. And, did it really hit that one storm vermin and that one storm vermin didn't die? Damn. That was kind of surprising. A lot better when it's in the center like this, though. And appears to be exploding storm vermin and ripping them in half as well. Nice job, tower. With this here, and this is a 2,000 point tower, we should be able to win against this unit. They've already taken nearly half of their HP, and we still have plenty of skeleton warriors and skeleton spears to continue holding the line. Over on this side, however, the wolf rats have engaged with the zombies, and they will be able to rip them apart without too much trouble, so we will need to move a different unit in to block this location. I wonder who's better, direwolves or wolf rats? I'd like to send the two against each other to see who would kill whom. We shall see at some point. I'm sure we'll be fighting more Scryer throughout the campaign, or more Scryer, well, including Scryer, but more Skaven throughout the campaign. Fortunately, while those units hold the ground, we are going to move one of our skeleton warriors from here, as together with the tower and this full HP skeleton warrior, I don't see too much trouble. The rest of our units are, however, taking their sweet time getting back to here, so we're going to need to allow them to close. Otherwise, Throt remains in fighting with these zombies. Poor guy. Can't help his army out, but it certainly works for us, and we continue to hold. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to speed it up, just the force of habit. There we go, back to this. Keep destroying those storm vermin, please, while we wait for our reinforcements to come in. Now it's just a matter of time, and the time is against the rats. Man, Zavastra really feels cursed, doesn't it? It just keeps getting attacked, and there we go, the dire doggos are in, coming to help, charging those, not clan rats, those storm vermin in the back, and they will continue to chase them down and kill them to prevent them from coming back. And there we go, this will allow the tower to switch its targets to these wolf rats here, who are actually not having such a great time fighting skeleton warriors. At least not nearly as great a time fighting them as they did those zombies. In fact, they immediately run away even before the bats get to drop down upon them, and though there is still an assassin here to contend with, who's sort of just waiting around, throwing the occasional shuriken at us. Otherwise, our lord has nearly arrived and is getting ready to attack those storm vermin, so we'll watch that. Because there isn't really much else to see, Throt remains ever distracted. Another great use for those zombies. Alrighty, our Strigoi just moving around here, just waiting to summon another unit of crypt ghouls on the field. They don't want to charge those halberdier, those are storm and shield, those storm vermin in general directly. Although we do want to use our flame attack, though it appears to have killed a few skellies as well. All good, and here we go. Zombies are here to help out, and the Strigoi can march in, and so can the summoned unit of Crypt Ghouls. Apply some of that poison and do a little bit of damage to them. Although, kind of interesting that they move towards this direction. I guess you should manually tell them to go here instead. All good, though, with these guys surrounded and the Lord there. I don't imagine they have too much hope of surviving this. Too bad the tower can't actually attack them from here, though. And there we go, I see Scurry Away activated, so it looks like you guys are wavering and you're just about to die. And there we go, now it's just a simple matter of chasing them down and killing them. Looks like the Chieftain is broken over here too, he was taking hits from that tower. And Throt is still fighting zombies, but it does look like the Assassin is now being fought. Though he is now surrounded by both bats and those skeleton warriors. Fortunately, Assassins are quite fragile, so we should be able to bring him down without too much problem, or at least force him to rout. And there we go, he's in the Scurry Away as well and should be breaking any second now. Some very nice animations on those Assassins though. And it looks like he's just about done, surrounded, ringed by bats and skeletons. Knocking a few of them out with every few swings of his claws. Ooh, nice little jumping animation. I hadn't seen that one before. Alright, man, he's still on the field, eh? Let's see how much damage he's taken. Whoops, did I accidentally... oh, it's lagging again. Damn, okay. Damn, what is wrong with this particular battle? And, okay, fortunately, it looks like the Master Assassin is done for good, and everybody else is chain routing as well. The battle, once again, is Roderick's. Well done, buddy, and in fact, he didn't actually get that hurt, considering he was dueling some elites, though to be fair, he didn't even try to kill Throt, but I don't think that we could have hoped for better than to distract their Lord, who was the biggest threat on the field with just a couple units of zombies. Certainly, he managed to kill them and did a decent amount of damage, but he wasn't able to break through our battle lines, which he very much could have if he applied himself to the proper location. Anyway, we're gonna give chase, so let's just speed this up a little bit. Obviously, we want to actually get rid of the Storm Vermin and as many of those units as we can, and hey, there's a Chieftain over here as well that we're gonna get our Spirit Leeches going on. Chase him down. You get him, Roderick. There you go, another Spirit Leech, and that drops him. Beautiful. Was saving those winds of magic throughout that battle, and apparently it didn't really need to. And it looks like these guys are going to be pretty much dead. I think they're not viable anymore, judging by the amount of troops that remain of these Storm Vermin. A heroic victory. Well done. Minus the stupid lag or whatever the heck that was. Alrighty, well, another heroic victory for Roderick, this time against Throt, though we did have to sacrifice a few of our zombies to keep said Throt out of the fighting. It did allow Roderick to then obliterate the enemy chieftains and single target entities, and fight that mutant rat ogre. That was pretty nice, it worked out. Unfortunately, something went horribly wrong with my PC, or possibly the game, during that particular battle. It's hard to describe. It was like stuttering, essentially. I've never seen that happen before. I've definitely had this like stutter where it almost freezes, but this was like every like few seconds, and I'm very concerned now, and I don't know what to do about it. Let's take this dark magic, and I feel like I'm gonna need to restart. Let's hope that this all works out. As in, no crashes here. Payments, peace treaty, no, RNS, no. Rudy's coming for you. Oh, and it looks like they sailed by and going to Matorka. And oh, come on, man. What's the deal with that? You don't like our actions against Clan Rictus that much? Might have to pay him for this again. Why are you making it hard, Gorsty? I would have imagined that. Hey, what is going on here? We haven't taken any new territory. Why are you guys not liking us? There may be a reason to go defensive alliance with Durthu after this. Maybe not immediately, but in the near future, just so that if Talzin decides to attack us, we can force Durthu into a war with them, essentially. Ooh, hello. Income from Vampire Crypts and Vampire Keeps. Won a battle with a low amount of dark magic. Oh, that's interesting. That's real interesting. I gotta remember that that even exists. Defeated Throt the Unclean gives us plus 10% hit points. Oh, that's also great. We probably want that on Vlad, and we haven't gotten that. Okay, so when Throt comes back, we gotta head north again and have Vlad get that defeat rate, because it's a pretty nice one. Speaking of Vlad, wait. Roderick, go kill Chargelock. Vlad doesn't need to do this for you. This army is still here, unfortunately. And I'll resolve this, please. And get yourself some free XP, I guess. And then move back into Zavastra. Yeah, so what I was saying was, there's still armies out here. You know, maybe we build Roderick like a basic stack full of, well, at least partially ghouls, but whatever we can manage in here, and just send him to actually deal with these armies rather than having to rely on Vlad. That might be the better way to do it. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to call this episode here, mostly because I'm concerned that I need to restart and that lag was very bizarre. Next time, we will take Aberheim in a single turn. Yes. Okay, next time we will take Aberheim and then move southward to take Grenstadt and hopefully and destroy this faction for good, which will... We're gonna have to actually build the ram and stuff here. Unbelievable. This is why we need some artillery in this army. Yeah, so hopefully that'll shore up essentially the interior of the province, only leaving out the moot, or the Entmoot, I guess, since it's Draika just holding it. And you know what, I don't mind that at all. Though, to be fair, if the moot is the breadbasket of the Empire, I don't remember what the special building is there, and I do have to wonder what it gives to us, the vampires in particular. Gotta recheck that at some point. Anyway, as I said, calling it here. Next time, Averland destroyed, and hopefully we continue fighting against the Vampire Coast. Ooh, wait, this is actually attackable? It's attackable right now? Yeah. I don't care about the Skeleton Sphere, we can just raise it, or we may not even need to, as that needs to get replaced by something better. Anyway, you can have Dark Magic. I'm gonna send you to Matorka to heal up now anyway. Alrighty, I was about to say we're going to be having Rudy fight next time as well, but apparently that's not gonna happen. He'll probably heal up and then slowly start making his way down to Myrmidons and these territories, and Bathilda will have to think about attacking Clan Rictus, though once again that did piss off Gorsty, so maybe we avoid it? I don't know. I'm willing to bet that they'd be willing to peace out. Have to give that some thought. Stay tuned for more Vlad and Isabella. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. Stupid lag or stuttering. And thanks for watching.